Hey guys, happy Monday. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. For one, I just really want to start off this lesson by saying, thank you guys so much. We're in the last 2 weeks, we're almost there, but I really want to say thank you guys just for all the hard work you've been doing, but also just thank you guys for being such an amazing class this year. I came here in Cardi, and it's unfortunate that our year was cut off short and the last few months have been at home, but thank you guys. Your classes have just been absolutely amazing, and honestly I loved being able to be at Cardi this year, and it was something that really meant a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. You made my year absolutely amazing and memorable. I'm gonna miss you guys a lot after this year, so here's hoping maybe someday I can visit, but otherwise, thank you guys so much. You're absolutely amazing. All right, moving on from that. Today we are getting into greater or less than with decimals. So with our review, we're going to start off with our word problems, and then we're going to go into recognizing which decimals are greater or less than others. All right, so 2 and 4 tenths. So remember, we have our number, and then we have our decimal, and then this first digit right here, right after the decimal, is called a tenth. All right, and then this one that's right after, if there's a second one, it's called a hundredth. Okay, so if it's 2 and 4 tenths, we have a 2, we have our decimal, and then 4 tenths, which just means the number 4. And then the next step was to represent this as a fraction. So to do that as a fraction, you basically put the number 2, and then you put this second number here, 4, and you put it over tenth because it represents 4 tenths. All right, and then we had a problem like this one, 5 tenths. So this one actually doesn't have a number in front of it, it's just 5 tenths. So that means we don't have anything in this one's column. We only have a tenth, meaning it is going to be decimal 5 because it's 5 tenths, or 5 over 10, and there'd just be nothing here. 1 and 7 tenths, we have a 1, decimal, and 7 tenths, so we have something in this spot here, 7. And that is equal to 1 and 7 over 10. All right, and there we are. Now, greater or less than. Which one of these two decimals is bigger? Is it 2.08 or 2.8? Well, right off the bat, you might think it's this one because this has 3 digits and this one only has 2. However, there's 3 different ways you can do this to determine which one is bigger than the other. One way is, would you rather have $2.08 in your pocket, or would you rather have $2.80 in your pocket? $2.80 because that's bigger than 8 cents. So we know that this one is bigger. So remember, bigger, we put that large opening toward the bigger number. Another way that you can figure out if something is bigger than the other is we take 2.08 and 2.8. What we're going to do is, see this decimal, these decimals here, we're going to move them over 1 mark to the right. So 1 to the right. So this becomes 20.8, and this becomes 28 decimal. Now it's a little easier to see because this is 20.8 and this is 28. What's bigger, 28 or 20? 28. So this one is bigger. Another way is by using the word problems similar to what we were doing the other day. Would you rather have 2 and 8 hundredths, or would you rather have 2 and 8 tenths? 8 tenths, because that's bigger than hundredths. All right, so those are 3 different ways you can do it. Think about it in terms of money, how much money you have in your pocket. Do you move the decimal over, or using the hundredths or the tenths strategy by looking at it and saying like this is 2 and 8 hundredths, this is 2 and 8 tenths. Okay, so we have a few practice problems on this slide here. We have 0.61 and 0.42. So I'm going to use all 3 strategies to figure out these ones. So we have 0.61 and 0.42. Would you rather have 61 cents in your pocket or 42 cents in your pocket? 61 cents. The other strategy is moving these things over 1 decimal place. So I take this and move it over here. I'm going to take this and move it over here. So this becomes 6.1 and this becomes 4.2. Which is bigger, 6.1 or 4.2? 6. 6 is bigger than 4. Another way is this is 6 tenths and 1/100th. This is 4 tenths and 1/100th. Would you rather have 6 tenths or 4 tenths? 6 tenths. So we know that one's bigger. We have 1.95 and 2.36. Would you rather have $2.36 or $1.95? $2 would definitely be better than $1.95. All right, so there's that. Next is moving the decimal over. So I have 19.5, and this one I have 23.6. Which would you rather have, 19 or 23? This one. And then we have 1 and 9/10 and 5/100, 2 and 3/10 and 6/100. Would you rather have 2 and 3/10 and 6/100? Would rather have the 2 because right off the bat this number is bigger than this one. Now we have 3.11 and 3.01, or 3.01 I should say. First strategy is would you rather have $3.11 or $3.01? $3.11. Next is moving the decimals over. 1 and 1. We have 31.1 or we have 30.1. Which one is bigger? 31 is bigger than 30. Or we have 3 and 1/10 and 1/100th, or 3 and 1/100th. All right, so those are the 3 different strategies. You can use whichever one you like. You only have to use one. I'm not saying you have to use all 3. And this is what you're going to have. You're going to have a bunch of decimals like this, and you're doing greater, less than, or equal. Obviously, if they're equal, it'll be like they'll be exactly the same. There won't be any difference between them. So that's what you guys are doing today. So shouldn't be too difficult, I imagine. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm always available. And otherwise, I hope you guys have an amazing Monday. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday.